Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the O Show. I'm O and I'm here for your amusement. I just got finished watching this movie, right? And I was trying so hard to not fall asleep. I really wanted it to be a one and done. Like, I did not want to have to watch this movie again. That's how bad it was. I have to say, this is probably, I'm not going to say the worst. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my whole life. Okay?
In my whole life. Get the f out of here.
You guys, okay, look. So there's this comedian. His name is Matt Rife, right? And I'm not a huge fan. I'm not like, obsessed with the man or anything. But, he says stuff and it's funny. I've seen a couple of his specials. I don't think he has a lot. And unfortunately, he's trapped in my Facebook algorithm because I'll be scrolling and then I'll see like a clip of him on stage saying something. So I'm like, oh, what's Matt up to now? And I guess I'll watch it. Whatever. So anyway, I have this list of movies where if I watch a trailer, it's on my phone and I'm like, oh, I would like to watch that movie, and I'll just kind of add it to this like notebook list that I have on this one app. And so I was cleaning that app out, and I was like, well, I have not seen these movies yet. I know some went to theater, some I guess were like straight to, I guess, streaming now. So sure enough, a bunch of them are actually streaming. Oddly enough, I want to say at least 4, maybe a good 4, maybe 5 are streaming on Tubi. And one of the movies that I listed was this Matt Rife, which I forgot he even had a movie. I was just like, oh, Matt Rife is in a movie? Well, let's just see what this comedian does on film, right? Y'all, he ain't doing shit on film. Which is probably why he doesn't ever talk about it. Like, this movie wasn't promoted or anything. I must have saw a trailer somewhere. I don't know. I don't remember how I even knew about this movie. But maybe also I'm watching it because it was a horror movie. It's a horror movie. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But anyway, I was like, well, I'm still awake. Let me go ahead and watch this movie, right? You guys, this is the longest 2 hours of my life. Obviously, I could have just turned it off. I really could have. Like, I'm not obligated to watch this movie, but after like an hour in, I was like, there has to be a point. Like something's going to happen. And I was just waiting for something to happen. And then something happens, but it doesn't. And that's what's pissing me off about this movie. So look, you guys, this movie is called Trapped In. Okay, so first of all, I thought that was clever. Like, oh, trapped in. Because they're in an inn, right? And they're trapped. So it's like, okay, that's kind of cute. This movie is 2024, and it was written and directed, I think, by the same person. I don't know who this person is. I don't care because I'm not going to watch anything this person ever does ever again. Okay, so look, this is what the movie's about. Like, I don't even know how long this. Oh, Lord, this is going to be a long review. Okay, so look, y'all, buckle up. All right, so the movie starts with like a bunch of guys on bikes and they're training for something, right? So, I don't know, like a bike marathon. I don't know what it's called. But we see like 5 dudes on a bike and there's like 2 vehicles following behind them, right? And then we get like a couple shots of Matt Rife on a bike. But there's like this weird green screen that's happening. Like they just couldn't put a camera in his face and just film him biking? I guess? I don't know. So I was like, oh god, the movie's going to be bad already. It just started. So, I guess he's the new guy on this cycle team. And then we see the guys ride up to a house. But now there's like 10 guys. So I was like, where are all these guys come from? Now, I don't know how this works. Okay, I'm not an expert in cycling. So, I assume, since there's like 2 cars, okay, the coach is in one. There's a coach. He's in one of the cars. But then, are the other guys in the other van? Is that how it works? And they're just riding along? But then, if that's the case, did they all just get out on their bikes and then ride up to this house? Like, I don't understand how there were 5 guys training, but now there's like 10 guys at this house. And then when there's never any mention of these cars or the second van, like, who's driving? I don't even think there was like a, who's the driver in this car? Anyway, they pull up to this inn. So I guess they're training for some kind of match somewhere. And they're going to be staying at this inn, right? So the hosts of the inn are these 2 people. There's a man named Jean-Luc, and then his wife is Natalia, right? Now, they don't tell you where you are, so I guess you have to figure out, like, what country they're in. But they're in a European country. Okay, there's this one guy, this one cyclist, and he says this.
Damn, no cell reception? This fucking place is in the middle of nowhere, man.
But my thing is, if you look around, it's not in the middle of nowhere. It's like, it's in a neighborhood. So it's not like he was like, we're in like a, he makes it sound like the house is isolated, you know? So it's not the middle of nowhere. You're in a village, a town. Maybe they just don't have like a lot of cell towers, but like he made it sound like they're isolated somewhere, but you're not. So anyway, they're getting a tour of the place, and the people come and show them the backyard, and then someone mentions like angels, and this black guy does this. Like, what is this?
So, thank you for having us. My team has promised to be nothing but total angels. And honestly, we're going to be training most days, so you'll barely know we're here.
This black guy does this. What the hell? Alright, there's a whole bunch of girls in the pool. Don't know why there's girls in the pool, because they never come back up. Well, technically they do. 2 of them do. But there's a whole lot of girls just in the backyard. And then they just disappear. Who are these girls? No one ever says, like, oh, the other girls left. Or the guys said, like, where are the girls at? Oh, they all went home. Like, they just leave. But there's 2 that's left over, so anyway. So that night, the coach has this, like, team meeting with the fellas. And we see all 10 of them sitting on the couch outside. This meeting is not meeting because no one's talking about anything, like, productive about the cycling. They're just sitting there saying just random things. Matt Rife is like, is there any more cold water? What, like, versus hot water? Like, why don't you just say, is there any more water? I don't know. Then the coach, there's 2 girls left. The coach is telling ghost stories. Okay, again, what a productive meeting. He's telling these ghost stories. He scares 2 girls. And then they're like, ooh, can you walk us back to our room? But I guess they went to his room and had a ménage à trois because he's bragging about it the next morning. In front of the girls, too. So now in the next morning, the coach, or not the coach, I guess the team captain of these cyclists is this guy named Greg. And Greg is an asshole. Like, everyone hates Greg. He thinks he's all that. And Greg is like, my girlfriend Andrea is coming up tomorrow. So now it's the next day. And, okay, so now Matt Rife's character, his name is Connor. His bike chain, I guess, broke the day before while they were practicing. So he's outside fixing his bike chain. And then we see the guy host, Jean-Luc, across the street putting a big duffel bag, rope, and a shovel in the back of his truck. He doesn't see Connor, who's just literally in front of your house. So I don't understand why he didn't hear him or see him fix his bike. So he's like, oh, I didn't see you there. You know, I'll be right back. And then, you know, he leaves. But Connor's like, ooh, it's weird. And he says that like 6 times. It's weird. Ooh, that's weird. Later on, that's weird. 2 minutes later, that's weird. Like, I don't know what was happening with the dialogue in this movie, but they were supposed to be making breakfast, him and his wife, for the guys. But since there was no one there to make breakfast, the guys made their own breakfast. But he's telling them, like, hey, I just saw Jean-Luc. Like, it was really weird. He had a duffel bag and a shovel and rope. But there's no mention of Natalia. No one sees Natalia. No one, like, mentions her. So, that's it. I'm just going to say this right now. You never see Jean-Luc or his wife for the rest of the movie. I'm just putting that out there. Okay? So, and when he has the duffel bag, it's not like he was like, so that we can come to the conclusion there's a body inside. No, he just picks it up, puts it in the truck. It does not look like the shape of a body. So, I don't know if that's what they try to make us think as an audience, but that's not what's fucking happening. So, okay, so that's happening. And after Jean-Luc drives away, Andrea walks up. I guess she was in a taxi cab and he let her off like a block away or something. So she finds a place and she introduces herself to Connor. And then she goes inside and everyone, I guess she already knows the rest of the team. So, so that's it. So like the next morning, they go out riding early, right? So they're back on the roads. The guys are on their bike. Now apparently it's all the guys this time. Before you only saw like 5 of them. But now you see like there's 10. So they're riding and then Greg has a little accident. And not an accident, I mean it's a big accident. He hits like this rock and he flies off his bike and he hurts his knee and the back of his neck, right? So Connor, this black guy named Cruz, and this other guy named Stefan are the only riders that stay behind to help Greg. And everyone else, I think Greg is telling the other people, like, keep going, right? So 6 guys just keep going. And the coach, Connor Cruz, and Stefan stay with Greg. Okay? Again, there's someone driving this car, but we never hear about this person. We never see or hear about this person ever again. So I guess fuck the driver of this car. Because he's not even included in the 6 people who go missing. And I just ruined it for you. But, so anyway, these 5, right, come back to the house. Well, they said, the other riders keep going. So they come back to the house. Greg is injured. Greg is bleeding. And they put his ass on a white sofa. Ew! Or you put him on the floor. He's bleeding from his neck and his leg. He's dirty. He fell on the ground. And they put his ass on this nice, clean, white sofa. That was so funny. Alright, so now 2 things about this whole scene. So, when the coach is like in the car, like looking out the window, you can totally see the cameraman in his glasses. I don't know why the cameraman wasn't on an angle or anything. But my question is, they're in this like French country, right? And they seem to just leave whenever they do. Like, all right, let's go cycle. Let's go practice. But they're on these like winding roads of, I don't know, a mountainside or something. They're not like in town. But my question is like, are the streets blocked off? Because you don't see any other cars going any other way. Especially like the opposite direction. So, do they have permits to be practicing? Or do they have like a designated mountain that they are the only people able to, like, where are the other competitors? Like, who are they riding against? You don't see anyone like practicing. And in Europe, don't they ride on the opposite side of the road? So in this movie, they're biking and driving on the right side of the road. But if you're in a European setting, shouldn't they be on the other side of the road? Alright, then we get this like random scene of some dude. I don't even know. I guess he's a random dude. So he's running and he's looking behind him. He's like, oh my god. Oh my god. And so he's running and then he trips like a damsel in distress. He falls on the ground and he goes, ah! And okay. That's it. We don't see nothing. We don't see no blood. We don't see no body parts fly. He just goes, ugh. So anyway, we cut back to the house. Andrea's watching the news. Or did she just turn the TV on? I don't remember. But anyway, it's a stupid movie where, like, all of a sudden when there's breaking news, that's when you hear the beginning of the broadcast when no one was watching TV. Okay, so there's breaking news that, like, 28 something people have been found dead. So now they think there's a serial killer running around, right? So everyone's freaking out, like, what? Oh my god. But, like, again, they're in a European country, right? So why is the news reporter speaking English?
I'm Rachel Lyons with AV7 News. Both federal and local officials have been alarmed and overwhelmed by the sudden and sheer volume of dead bodies over the last 24 hours.
Careful.
The latest
Careful.
events are urging residents to practice strength in numbers and to not travel alone.
Wait, what's that about?
Investigate, that's all the information we have at this time. I'm Rachel Lyons with AV7 News, asking everyone to please stay safe.
Bro, what?
I think they have like a slight accent, like they're faking a slight accent. Like, okay, you're supposed to be French, and the lady goes, "Oh, okay." But primarily, the person speaking English, like good American English, so I don't understand. Where are they? So then the two girls that the coach slept with, they're like, "Oh, we were supposed to leave, but we're gonna stay one more night. Ooh." But we're going to go for a sexy hike. So now we see them hiking, right? They're hiking on, like, rocks and stuff. And then, all of a sudden, the next time... Well, when we see them, it's daylight, right? But then the next time we see them, it's dark. And they're both, like, on the ground unconscious. One wakes up. I think her name was Bianca. And she sees the other girl laying on the ground. So when she goes over there... she can like see, I don't know, she can see the inside of her body. Like something got to her and now the girl's face is all weird. And so she's freaking out. And so she starts to run away. Oh, the timing of this movie is so weird. Like at one point you see daylight, then it's nighttime, and then when it's a nighttime in one place, it's still daylight in the house and the end. Like okay, so now it's the next morning. And everyone's like, the other boys didn't come back? Like, no one has seen the boys? And I guess the coach went out looking for them at one point. And so, I think that was that was the day before. And so, now that the other cyclist never came back, the coach decides to call the cops. And then I guess someone was smart enough to say, like, you know, make sure they speak English, because he's like, I need someone who speaks English. I need someone who speaks English. Oh, the police don't speak English, but the newscaster does. So now they're watching the news again, right? Breaking news, just out of nowhere, and now they're saying like hundreds and thousands of people are killed. So what they thought was a serial killer is now a virus. So now we're in a pandemic, right? So I was like, well, wait, I thought this movie was like a horror movie, I thought it was something supernatural with this movie, if you look at the trailer, but, okay, I'm not going to spoil that. Anyway, so, okay, so look, you guys, so now they're freaking out, like, oh my god, like, we can't leave, we can't go nowhere, we can't go outside, because it's like, it's an airborne thing, it's a virus out there, like, people be safe. So then we get a knocking on the door, right? So they're like, who's at the door? We can't let nobody in. And then there's banging. So they go and open the door. Well, they open the little peephole, right? It's not even a peephole to look through. It's like the English thing where they open like this big square, which means you're letting like air into your house. If you're trying to stay inside. So stupid Bianca's playing ding dong ditch outside. Like, how you gonna be banging on the door one minute and then just be gone the next, just so there could be a jump scare for her to pop back into the little window? So they see it's Bianca, but they're like, no, don't let her in. And she keeps looking behind her like, it's coming. So I guess this poor girl has been running like all night. So they end up not letting her in through the front. So she runs around to the back. And now they're like, oh God, she's at this window now. Or this door. So they finally let her in because behind her, there's smoke. Like, coming over the... Well, it's traveling over the pool. And they see this smoke is, like, coming in. And so, at the last minute, they decide to let her in. But as soon as she gets in, and she collapses on the floor and dies. So... I guess this movie is turning into The Mist. Didn't Stephen King write this movie a long time ago? So... yeah, so she's dead. They don't ever say what they did with the body. She's just dead. And now this is affecting the coach. Like, he's like, oh my God, like, we should have let her in, but we did it. And then when we did, it was too late. So now the coach is like going crazy because this happened, and he also lost like 6 children who are under his care. Oh, and speaking of like movie meshes, before Bianca knocks on the door, right, something happens to the house. So not only is this The Mist, it's also War of the Worlds, because do you remember War of the Worlds? Do you remember when like those machine things came out of the ground and then they made a loud, weird noise and it was like deafening people's ears, and also it like shook the earth. So now we got people going, oh, that noise. And then also, like, I don't know, the house is shaking and everyone's, like, losing their balance. So I'm like, okay, are there aliens coming? But then we see the mist. And I'm like, oh, so it's the mist. Like, what the hell is happening in this movie?
They disappeared like... Oh, shit! Hold on, calm down. Careful, get away from the window! Settle. It's all right.
All right, so then that night, right, Cruz, the black guy, is on the back porch getting drunk. And then Connor and Stefan go out there. They're like, what are you doing? I don't know if this guy ever got drunk before because he is just cracking up. They don't say what he's drinking, but he is just trash, okay? Like, he is... he's laughing and giggling and just like, what are you drinking to get into this state of mind? Like, he is overacting with his drunkenness. Okay, but my thing is this. Y'all are worried about a viral, like, pandemic, but now he's just outside having a good old time. And the only person who really cares is Connor. Stefan goes out like, hey guy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stefan starts drinking with him, and then he all of a sudden gets drunk in like 6 seconds. You just had like, what, I don't know, 2 shots? Like, calm the fuck down. Like, it is not that funny yet. Connor's over there like, you guys, oh my God, is this safe out here? Like, he's looking for a killer. It's an airborne virus. But why is it safe? Why do they feel like it's safe to be outside? Why did Cruz decide, like, I'm just going to go outside and drink? Like, okay, well, you stay outside. Like, we're not going out there. But now, you guys, it's so stupid. Connor goes back inside because he hears Andrea screaming. Because she got scared by the coach. The coach is like, they do the classic scare where she opens the fridge door, and then when she closes it, the coach is standing behind it. It's supposed to be like a jump scare. And he's kind of like still out of it from everything that's happening. Right? So then, Connor goes inside, leaving Stefan and Cruz outside. But then, we finally see, like, I guess, what's happening, I guess. So, we see this big, thick fog come onto the porch. And Stefan is turned around. His back is to the fog. So Cruz sees it. He's like, what's that? Oh my God, what's that? So then this thing is taken on kind of like a human shape. And it kills Stefan. And the three people inside are watching. Mind you, Greg, who was in the accident, he's in a bed somewhere because he's hurt. He can't go to the hospital because the news said the hospitals are overwhelmed. So he's just in the house, like, just healing himself. So anyway, they kill Stefan, right? And you guys, like, I was looking at people's, like, IMDb's, like, the people in this movie. I'm like, are these, like, no-name people? But there was only one person I actually recognized, and it's the guy playing Stefan. His name is Jalen Moore, I think. I know his first name is definitely Jalen. And he did look familiar to me. And I was like, I feel like I've seen him in something else. So when I was looking through his IMDb, he is in a lot of things I saw, but I just don't remember what character he is. But then I got to one of his credits, and I see that he was in an episode of That's So Raven. I was like, I remember that episode. I know who that is.
Athlete.
Oh, well, you know how I do.
Hey, would you want to work out together sometime?
It's just me and you? Ooh, well, let me think about...
Oh, sorry to this man, because he's been in a lot more things. I just didn't know who the hell he was. But I do remember him from That's So Raven, though. So, anyway, Stefan's dead. So they're like, Cruz, run away. Cruz, get out of there. So they don't let Cruz back in the house. Cruz, like, runs to the back into, like, the forest or something, but he ends up getting killed. He doesn't make it that far, right? But what I find so funny is that the people in the house never really check on Cruz. Like, no one ever confirmed he's dead. No one ever confirmed he's alive. No one ever says, like, did Cruz make it? Did he get away? They're just in the house going, what's happening? What's happening? Their friend just got killed, and no one was like, should we check on Cruz? And then the smoke monster goes away. So, okay, so there's a smoke monster outside. Okay, I guess that's what's making the fog. The mists, I guess. I'm going to just tell you this right now, you guys. That's the first and last time we see a fog monster. Like, we don't know what it is. It never comes back. The mist comes back. We just see, like, someone with a goddamn fog machine just keeps spraying fog all over the place. And that's the mist that's, like, creeping up on people. But we never see this, like, I'm going to call it an alien. I don't know. What is it, right? Ever. No more. That's it. I guess that's all the money they had in the budget for those special effects. Because we do not see any other monster, creature, killer for the rest of the movie, you guys. The horror movie. I need a drink. Now we're at the part of the movie that just kills me. So now, so Connor, Matt Rife, he also is doing this, like, video blog, like, every other night or whatever. He's like, hey, you guys, you know, I'm here training. This happened this day. This happened this day. I guess since there's no reception, they're not going nowhere. So I guess he's just filming just so that, I guess, when they go back home, if they ever get back home, he can release his things. So anyway, he's talking, and he's now catching us up on what's happening. So he was like, 2 days later, I had to go outside and bury Cruz and Stefan. Which is funny because they only show him doing it, so no one else, which I guess in this case would be the coach, because Greg is on disability in the house still. And that leaves Andrea. She's not doing anything. So, it would have been like the coach didn't help him. So he's like, I just buried these people by myself. Which means now you had to go outside where there are smoke monsters and you still think there's an airborne virus. He's not wearing a mask. He's just there. Just so stupid, y'all. You know how long it takes to bury bodies? Like I do it all the time. You have to, like, dig holes, and then he has to touch the bodies, right? Did he wrap the bodies in something? We don't know. We just show him throwing dirt, and the camera is filming him doing it. Okay, so he does that. Then he says that weeks go by. Okay, so now we're weeks into this thing, and they're just in the house. The coach is going mad. The coach is going around the house cleaning everything because he's losing his mind. And then one morning we see him grab, there's like 2 knife blocks. He takes all the knives out the block and I guess hides them somewhere because now he can't trust the people who are in the house because he's losing it. So now that we're like weeks into this thing, which means they have not seen any more smoke monsters or nothing has attempted to get into this house. Which I don't understand because if you have like a smoke monster, it's smoke, it's fog, it's vapors. Like this thing didn't try to like creep into. There's so much time going on is what I'm trying to say. So much time is passing. But if we have like some kind of invasion or something happening, like shit will happen within like a couple days. Now we're weeks in. So you mean to tell me nothing has ever come back to this house and just tried to, get through a window or something? So then they have to now get a whole bunch of towels and stuff under doors. Like that would have been more like thrilling. No, we're weeks in, you guys. And now they're hungry. That's the next issue. So they're like, well, let's go to the neighbors and see if the neighbors have any food. So the coach and Connor are gonna go, right? The coach who didn't help Connor bury these 2 guys, who you're responsible for, coach. But anyway, now he wants to go get some food. So the coach and Connor are leaving, and they go, well, let's get ready before it gets dark, right? They literally say this in the movie.
All right, look, if we're going to do this, we should go get prepared before dark.
And the very next scene, we see them outside, heading to the neighbors. It is pitch black outside. What did y'all do? Go take showers? Did you need to take a shower and change your clothes to go to the neighbor's house and grab food? Because it was super daylight when y'all had this conversation, and now it's the fucking middle of the night. Dude, they're like not traveling to the house next door. They're literally going down this path. It looks like they're going through woods. Like, what is this? Where's the neighbor? There's houses all around you. We saw this in the beginning of the movie. So all you have to do is walk like 15, 20 feet to the house next door. But they seem to be taking like the scenic route to somewhere. I don't know. So they find this house. They go inside. They find the food. But then the homeowner is there. And the homeowner, of course, is speaking English. So they're like, oh, you speak English? He goes, yeah, I came here. And they're listening to me. They're doing this. And you're like, who? So now you're like, the government? So now so now he's paranoid that they are going to find him. They're going to do this to him. And they're listening in. But he doesn't say anything. He doesn't say what. So now we got the War of the World. We have the Mist. We have a pandemic. And we have the government, like, that we're running from. So there's a show. So the guy has a shotgun. He's like, you get out of my house now. And the guy's like, okay, we're going to get out, blah, blah, blah. But the coach is like, no, we're not going to get out. We're going to get the food. So him and the coach, like, fight. Right? And then the coach ends up killing the homeowner. And then, Connor's all like, oh my God, like, what'd you do? And Matt Rife is trying to be all dramatic with his acting now. What did you do? You didn't have to kill him. And so they're talking, and we cut to the next morning. So we see Connor is in the house with a shotgun. And Greg is like, where'd you get a shotgun? And they're like, oh, last night the neighbors, blah, blah, blah. And, if you have more questions, you can wait for Coach to come downstairs. He'll answer the questions. So now we think that the coach came with him. But a couple minutes later, Connor goes to the window and sees the coach is outside in the chair, down like these stairs, right? So they're like, oh my God, what's wrong with the coach? So they go down there. Again, they're back outside. And mind you, too, Connor and the coach, even though the news said it's a virus, people are dying, no one has ever still put anything over their face to be like, should we cover our mouths and not breathe anything in? No. They're not walking around with garbage bags like, is the virus gonna like rain down on us? No, they just go outside. So now these fools go outside to investigate why the coach is just sitting there in the chair. But when they get there, the coach is dead. So Andrea's like, oh, the mist got him. And then we see Mist starting to roll in, right? So they run into the house, they close the door, and that's the end of that scene. Again, why is the mist not seeing that they're outside following them and they're trying to get into the house? No, they just go into the house and next. You guys, I kid you not. We are a month later now. It literally says 1 month later. 1 month later. Why is this movie still on? Why are these people still alive? And we have not seen any other monsters or anything. So Connor convinces everyone, because again, they keep running out of food. It's a month later. So he convinces them like, hey, I could go get some vegetation. We could eat off that and survive. So they agree. Then we see his ass is walking far away from this house. I don't know where the fuck he's walking, but all he has is a basket in his hand. And he's just going and get fruits and vegetables and plants and anything he can find that's growing around this area, right? I don't see a knife. Well, the knives are hidden. The coach, like, hid the knives. So no one ever found the knives. But still, like, I don't see a frying pan in his hand. I don't see a spatula. Just as like a weapon. He has no weapons. Like, there could be other survivors trying to, like, you know, you came into this guy's house. He had a shotgun. But now you're just outside going, doo-doo-doo. I'm going to just collect all this fruit and onions. You don't think there's anyone else outside with a shotgun or anything who's going to steal your fruit that you just picked off these trees? Like, he doesn't have a care in the world, you guys. He has no mask on. He's not worried about no virus. He's just like, I'm going to the farmer's market.
Oh my god. You guys. It's the news. It's working.
We are coming to you with an emergency report. It appears the authorities have finished their investigation into the multitude of deaths worldwide originally assumed to be caused by a virus. Experts are now saying we are being invaded by a species of extraterrestrial origins.
So one night Connor confesses to Andrea and Greg that the coach actually didn't die from the mist. So he goes outside and they sit by the fire, and which is another thing. You saw there's a smoke monster outside, but someone keeps turning on the gas light, and someone keeps burning a fire in the fire pit outside. So you're just literally telling the fog monster, like, there's life here. Come get me. So now they all go outside again. Why do you keep going outside? Why do you keep going outside?
We have no further information at this time except to tell everyone to please stay in your homes and keep your families safe.
So they go outside as if there's no danger anywhere. And so they sit next to the fire, and Connor decides to tell them, like, you know, it wasn't the mist that killed the coach. It was me. Because we were in the neighbor's house getting food to feed all y'all. You know, the neighbor came out, and then the coach shot the neighbor. But the coach did not want me to come out the house because he was like, leave them alone. Let's go figure this out on our own. We don't need them. And also, you're in love with Andrea, which, to be fair, the moment Andrea even got to the house, Connor was, like, lusting over her. Like, dude, I know you and Greg aren't friends, but you're just making it so obvious that you want this girl. And so, anyway, Connor and the coach got into a fight. And Connor ends up strangling the coach. So, he kills the coach in the house. But his dumbass apparently drugged the coach's body out the house, back to their house, to the backyard, onto a chair, and just left him there. Like, how long does that take? Why the hell didn't you just tell Andrea and Greg that the neighbor shot him? Him and the neighbor got into a fight. They killed each other. And leave it at that. It's not like they were going to go, really, I want to go see. You know, they're going to go to the house down the hill, wherever the hell they are, and investigate. No one's gonna do that, Connor. You could have just told a lie and then be like, Coach is dead. But you prop him up to make it look like the mist got him. That's a lot of fucking work. Unnecessary work. Oh my god, you guys. I'm not making this up. This is what's really happening in this movie. Okay, so back to Greg. Greg, the asshole who got into the bike accident. So this whole time, we just see his knees has been bandaged. I think it's like this knee over here or something. I don't know. But anyway, one of his knees is bandaged up, and he hurt his neck, so that's been bandaged. I guess there's no pills or medicine in the house. Again, he can't go to the hospital. So I guess he's just been waiting it out. Like, as time goes by, I should be getting better, you know? Like, is there no, like, aspirin or anything he could take? There's no, like, creams he could put on? Like, it just looks like he's just waiting it out. But as all these months are going by, he's just getting weaker. I get it. Maybe something is happening with his wounds. But the problem is, they don't really show you this through the movie. So we get a scene where he's in the bathroom. He's in a lot of pain. So he takes his shirt off. And we see his back has a real big black bruise still, right? But we never see what's under the bandage under his neck, on the back of his neck. And we never see what's under the bandage of his knee. If they had just shown us that, like, I don't know, he has a really bad infection, it's spreading, that could have been a thing in the movie. If you're not going to show us any monsters, show us grossness of this guy's, like, flesh wounds. But they don't. So, is he healing? Is he not? Is he sick from something else? We don't know. But, you know, they put makeup on his face to make it look like he's, like, near death. So now he's, like, sitting there like, oh, if I go to sleep, it's going to be it. I'm not going to wake up. Like, he's convinced he's going to die. So he has to talk with Connor, like, you know, if I die, you got to take care of Andrea for me. And so I guess he got to the point where he's like, I'm tired, I'm going to go sleep. So Andrea goes with him, and they lay in the bed, and sure enough, he goes to sleep, and he dies right then and there. So now Andrea has a dead guy in the bed. And they never say, like, today we buried Greg in the backyard. No one ever says that. Greg is dead, that's the last we hear of him. Is he still laying in the bed? I mean, this is a big house, so Andrea could just sleep in any other room. But, like, to notice a dead body just rotting in the bed, you're still living there. Just like Bianca. Bianca died. What did they do with her body? They never said we drug her body out and buried it. Or, like, is she still in the house, too? You guys, this fucking movie. Okay, y'all, hold on. I need another drink before I reveal what comes next. Alright, are you ready for this? 2 months later! Now we fast forward 2 more months, right? So, they're still in the house, just going do-do-do. So Connor's like, how long should it be before I make my move on Andrea? So I guess tonight's the night. So he decides to make like this dinner. He lights candles. She sees what he's doing and goes, I'll be right back. And then she comes back. She's in this sexy gown. And they're talking and eating. And then, like all horror movies, we have to have a sex scene. Which is the lamest sex scene I've ever seen in a horror movie. Now, at least I will say, at the beginning, when they first got to the end, there was a girl coming out of the pool. She wasn't topless. She had a shirt on, but, you know, she's wet. So there was, like, boobage you can see. So I guess that was their contribution to, like, boobs in a movie. Because, you know, every horror movie has to have this unneeded shot of boobs just to be there. But they're classy. They did a classy sex scene. So, anyway, now they're in love after all this time. So then at one point they go outside. They're going to go to the pool, right? And Connor still has the nerve to be like, oh, are you sure we have to be careful? Dude, fuck you. There is no being careful at all. You were going around grabbing vegetables and now you want to be careful? Just to what? Say to be careful? So they go and these fires outside are still lit. Who keeps lighting these fires? Why do you keep turning fires on? I don't understand. So they go into the pool, they're fooling around, and then they end up in the jacuzzi and they're making out. And all of a sudden, here comes the mist. And the whole jacuzzi gets surrounded by mist, right? So they're looking around, and instead of going, oh no, is this it? Is it going to get us? They're just calm as hell in the pool, like, there's no one else I would rather be in this situation than you. Like, fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. So, all of a sudden, they look up, and we see that there's a spaceship on top of them. The spaceship beams this light down onto them. And so finally I'm like, yes, something's going to happen. But then I kind of have to pause the movie like, wait a minute. There's only like 5 minutes left of this movie. Like, they wait to the very end for something to fucking happen. So I push play and I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Just please, God, just have these people abducted and just have them murdered. just kill them. Because they are killing me. But guess what, y'all? Someone flipped the switch and the beam of light shuts off and the aliens leave. So they were spared. What? So they just get out of the pool like, oh well, we're alive. We did it. Like, the fuck? So you guys, that's not even the best part. The best part is Connor does one final recording. Hey you guys, the aliens spared us, blah blah blah. And this is the bullshit that he says.
When the beam of light came down from the craft and it hit us, I got this, like, I don't know, download, like a telepathic connection, and I just knew. The aliens, well, they're not the way we think of them. Not like little green men. The crafts were controlled by artificial intelligence, and they produced that deadly mist that killed the whole team. And it used the mist like a virus to turn us against each other first, and then it took over. As the world had become more consumed by AI technology, it saw humans as a threat and decided we should be eliminated. It didn't matter if it came from a secret military project or if it was actually some alien intelligence. The result was the same: the destruction of humanity. Why it spared us, that I don't know. We just decided to stop living in fear. So if this video gets out, I hope it serves as a warning to those who survived.
So then Connor and Andrea packed their luggages. Did they raid the house? Is there anything of value in there? They can, like, I'm sure the world is like destroyed. Okay, but look at, they packed their luggages as if like, well, we survived, it's time to go home. But no, they're like, well, we got spared, so now we're just gonna go roam around. Like, where the fuck are you going? Like, oh my god. Alright, and then we get one last broadcast from English speaking news reporter lady.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are bringing you an emergency report on what has been a terrifying ordeal. We can now confirm the alien invasion is over. We are now getting reports from all over the globe saying the alien crafts are gone and many lives have been spared. Experts are baffled as to why some areas and people were targeted. As for now, that remains a complete mystery. What's happening? What's going on? John, are you back there? What's happening? What's happening? Oh my God!
Emergency broadcast system warning. AI has hijacked advanced technology and staged an alien invasion. We must stop the AI takeover by any means necessary. A counter-offensive series of EMPs is being deployed worldwide. Prepare to go off-grid. Stand united. Humanity will prevail.
Piece of shit gun. Oh my god, you guys. Like, I can't even know what to say. I can't even know what to say. What the fuck did I just watch? Like, they didn't even try. You mean no? At no point did anyone say like, "Hey, writer and director, this movie's dumb." Was the movie dumb, Fifi? Did you watch it? Huh? You were there. I made the dog stay up and watch it with me because I needed a witness. Okay, so again, Matt Rife, the comedian. I don't know if this. I mean, this wasn't like a big budget movie, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna write this shit off like it didn't happen. Like, he's probably talking about how awful it is now. Like, this movie was last year. I don't think it went to the theater or anything. Oh god, if it went to the theater, no, if it went to the theater, I definitely would have heard about this mess. So, oh my god, like, how do you? Why would you even put this on your resume? Like I said, I don't remember who the writer and director is, but fuck that person, because if they're gonna be making more shit like this, you can just keep that. Like, just give me your money. So, you guys, that's Trapped In. Okay, I'm not lying. It's there. If you want to go watch it for yourself, go right ahead. But like, I can't. So, you know what? I'm telling you right now, this movie is getting none of my shots. And it is like too early in the morning to be shooting more shots. Okay, because I'm going to go to bed. So what I'm going to do, y'all, I'm just going to take this vodka. I have like a tropical vodka. It's really good. Okay, so look. We're going to take this vodka. And I'm going to drink all the shots. This movie gets none of my shots. Okay? Fuck this movie. Like, this movie is so god awful. Holy crap. Why would anyone even sign off on this? I would have been like, look, we've been filming for 6 days and this movie makes no sense. So you might as well just sue me because I'm not going to be in this. And like I said, like, the people in this movie are not new. A lot of people have lines or you know, like, I'm not going to say pages, but they have like a page of like credits of bigger budgeted movies. So, what were you needing this paycheck for? Did they even get paid? It's a horror movie with no horror. Cheers, first of all. Let's mix all this vodka in my other drink that I was drinking. I'll stir that up later. But look, you guys. That's it. Like, that is it. That is literally what happens in this movie. I don't think I missed anything else. It's stupid. It's written badly. It's bad acting. It's not a horror movie. I'm not even going to say it's a science. What is this movie? It's just dumb. Is there a movie category for dumb? You think it's one thing that it's not, and then it's this, but it's not, and they show you one alien, and that's it. Like, no, like, and then just for it to be AI, you know what? That's it. So look, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm gonna take my ass to sleep, drunk. I'm gonna finish this drink though, but I can't. Alright, you guys. I will see y'all in the next episode. So until then, TTFN.